Yeah, morning traders. Look, obviously a big day ahead for traders and event risks which people need to concern themselves with. The first one being the RBA meeting this afternoon. A 25 basis point hike is pretty much all but priced in. Where the conjecture is most people are looking at is the terminal pricing or the peak pricing. We go out to September where the market's pricing the cash rate around 4.15. So the statement needs to sort of marry up with that market pricing. We're going to get a 25 basis point hike at this meeting, and then we need to find another 50 basis points along that. Will the statement marry up? There's going to be some potential subtle changes to the guidance coming through, and people will marry that statement, the urgency of that statement, with that forward pricing, and that's where we could see some volatility. But as we've seen overnight, what we've seen is a very strong correlation between the Australian dollar and also the Chinese yuan, obviously, as people reacting to what happened in the MPC meeting. But generally speaking, I think that correlation will reassert itself after we've seen the statement playing through, and I think people are going to be trading probably Aussie Kiwi as your policy divergence trade there as well. Going forward, we've obviously got Jerome Powell testifying to the Senate, 2 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, just open the cash markets effectively. I think he's going to give himself flexibility. You know, the Fed remain data dependent, and they're saying this before we get the payrolls number on Friday, and of course the CPI number next week as well. The market is pricing in about 31 basis points of tight, so there's a bit of a premium that we could get a step up to 50 basis points, but I think that barrier is still very high indeed, and I think the Powell will probably guide closer towards 25 in that statement, give them the flexibility that if the data comes in very hot, that they could move that pace up going forward. Now we've got a terminal price of 5.47 there as well. The lead-in, a lot of focus on Europe. Holzmann, the Austrian central banker there, talking about 450 basis point hikes in a row, taking the terminal price up to 450 effectively. Euros outperformed on the day, certainly against the Australian dollar. We've seen some good buying as we come into some big levels around 159.20. We saw a big sell-off coming through in the front end of the German curve, affect Treasury Bund curve as a result of those comments. And Euro and Swiss, the performers on the day there, Euro dollar trading up to 106.94. We have seen equity markets all over the shop. Have a look at this intraday tape of S&P futures. Nice push up into those highs just after a couple of hours into cash trade. Then we've just seen that steady bleed into the close there as well. As a result, we're expecting Asian markets to open on a slightly negative foot. All eyes on that RBA meeting later today.